Hey everybody, Jacob Silver here today. I have another really exciting lesson for you. What we're going to talk about today is the first notes that you play at the keyboard. You're just getting started, you don't know anything yet, and you want to just start playing a couple of notes on the keyboard. What I'm going over today is how to comfortably drop into the piano. This is the first motion that you're going to want to master in order to start feeling comfortable and at ease while playing the piano. So I go over dropping into the key. And there's some really important points in there, and I think everybody, even though no matter where you are skill level, it's always good to go back to this very basic motion of dropping into the keys. Sometimes if I'm playing a passage and it doesn't feel comfortable, or my hands are getting tired or tight or stressed or fatigued, or they feel weak, I'll just go back to that motion of what does it feel like to drop into the keys in a natural way, balanced with my fingers, hand, and arms connected. Hey, so again, today's video I want to talk about first starting out at the piano, the first notes you're going to play, the general position of your fingers, hand, and arm, and how to first start playing your first notes on the piano. Now, in one of my previous articles, I talked about the correct seat height. As you can see, my elbow, just to go over, is parallel with the top of the keys. And you see that my hands are just resting on the keyboard in a natural position. There's no curling, they're not stretched out like that, they're just resting in the natural hand position. And you can also see that there's not a break in my wrist like that, there's not an up like that, it's just flat like this. Sometimes I like to think of a single bone being connected from the back of my arm all the way up to my fingertips. So when you first play a couple notes on the piano, you want to get the sense of dropping into the key. And what I mean by dropping is releasing the full weight of your arm into the key bed. You don't want to do any holding up when you play or anything like that. So to get the sense of dropping, we just practice by dropping your forearm and hand into your lap, and you'll notice it's just falling freely. There's no tension, there's no resistance, it's just naturally dropping into the key, into your lap rather. Now I want to transfer that feeling into the keyboard. So when you're first playing, just practice freely dropping into the keys. Doesn't matter what note you're playing, it should be in either your second finger or your third finger. And you see the motion is coming from the back of my arm, the wrist is staying connected, and it's just dropping into the keys. And you notice that my whole hand stays in a paw type position when I drop into the key. And when you're first starting out, try playing a couple different fingers dropping into the key. And once you drop in, check to make sure you play to the bottom of the key, but you're not pressing at the bottom. Make sure that your fingers, hand, and arm are in alignment, meaning this is just flat, there's no break like that, and that you have knuckles here and here. It's very important that you have a knuckle there. And you want to feel like your weight is balanced over each finger. You notice it's just one big motion like that. I'm not doing anything, with my individual fingers. It's my whole arm coming up, my whole hand is connected, and I'm dropping into the keys. So that will give you a sense of how to play the piano comfortably at first. This is just getting started at the keyboard. Obviously the motion will be smaller. Eventually it just looks very small, and there's other motions going into that. But when you're first starting out, you really want to get the sense of just dropping into the key freely with your weight balanced over the tip of the finger. So that's it, and I hope you enjoy this video.